The year was 1987. NBC was dominating the primetime landscape with hot shows like The Golden Girls, Cheers, and The Huxtables. By now, the Cold War was winding down, and America's Red Scare was giving way to a softer, friendlier xenophobia in the form of a croissant-faced dogman from outer space named Alf. And the Peacock Network's new sitcom was quickly becoming America's favorite Monday night distraction. Meanwhile, at CBS, ratings were at a 5-year low. Shows like Murder, She Wrote and 60 Minutes had their key demographic tuning out before 8 p.m. Having no sitcoms in the top 10, the Eyeball Network was eyeing a younger audience to save their floundering numbers. Years prior, CBS had bought the rights to a scrappy young comic strip called Garfield. This nihilistic house pet spoke to the growing social climate in the Reagan years. With nothing to fear anymore, Americans were eager to feel complacent again. And from this aptly timed acquisition spawned several successful TV specials. With Alf Mania showing no signs of stopping, the message was clear. America wanted more sardonic hand puppets on primetime. A live-action Garfield show was slated for fall of 1988. CBS began talks with the Jim Henson Creature Shop to create the Garfield puppet. With the rushed schedule ahead, the Henson Company felt they were unable to deliver the level of quality that was synonymous with their name. Then Lorenzo Music, the voice actor of the eponymous feline, contacted his brother Donald, a performer on Sesame Street, who pulled some strings with the puppet giant. It looked as though Henson would never budge. But after banging our heads against the problem for a while, we eventually found a solution. And just like that, the Garfield TV show had found its star. Now, all they needed was a Jon Arbuckle. At this point, ABC was embroiled in its own problem. Critical darling Perfect Strangers was into its second season, and Balky-Mania showed no signs of stopping. When the actors' contracts were up for renewal, Funnyman Bronson Pinchot was offered twice as much as his straightman counterpart, Mark Linn-Baker. When it was announced that the elevator operator Harriet Winslow was getting her own spin-off called Family Matters, Linn-Baker realized his talents were getting overlooked. Needing options for leverage, it was prime time for the cat to pounce. Linn-Baker was cast as Jon Arbuckle, and his neurotic take on the lugubrious cat owner played perfectly against music's apathy toward his cries for help. Candice Bergen was cast as Liz, the wisecracking vet that the dull-witted Arbuckle harassed each week. The pilot, filmed on April 1st, 1987, was well received. It was clear Garfield would be a force to be reckoned with. When the Alphabet Network caught wind of the pilot, they began talks to renegotiate Linn-Baker's contract, eventually settling on a number that worked. Mark Linn-Baker would leave Garfield and continue to reprise his role as Larry Appleton on Perfect Strangers. Without him, live-action Garfield was dead in the water. To recoup their losses, CBS adapted the sitcom into the cartoon Garfield and Friends. Candice Bergen's vet character was spun off and rewritten numerous times, eventually becoming the show Murphy Brown. As for the live-action Garfield show itself, the hunt for the failed pilot lives on today as one of the most elusive pieces of lost media.